Well, it's been a quite unusual quarter, not just for Pandora, but I think for everybody. Uh, we have, followed the guidelines from authorities around the world, and which has led to essentially shutting down our physical network. In the second quarter, sorry, in the first quarter, it was literally, January, February started off really strong, with the exception of China. And then as we got into the back half of March, as you know, then the world started shutting down, which then impacted our Q1 results that we just disclosed this morning. Looking forward, I don't have a crystal ball. We have seen very different developments as China has come back, and then Germany reopened, what is it now, 8 days ago, with a very different pattern, traffic coming back much quicker. And then online have had its own life in a sense, where, China, essentially through Tmall, that's where we do most of our business in China, was on a kind of up and down type of journey. Whereas in the rest of the world, our e-commerce business has been accelerating to the tune of, in April, actually being in a triple digit type of development. So it is a very unusual quarter that we've had, and quarter two is most certainly going to be another unusual quarter.
Alexander, there are a lot of question marks as to exactly how consumers are going to behave when we begin to remove the lockdowns here. Will there be a desire to begin buying, again, discretionary items like those that you sell, or will people be holding their money close to their chests? What do you think?
Well, I wish I knew. But if you go back to the previous crisis, we saw that discretionary, luxury items, that it took a slight toll. I think the total market was down a couple of points. But within that, of course, you had winners and losers. I would somehow anticipate a similar type of situation this time around. And again, the people that have strong operations, have a solid brand, and have a balance sheet, importantly, to come out of this crisis, they might be looking at a reasonably positive future. But then again, it depends on how long this lockdown is going to last. I've heard some experts suggesting that if we're looking at a shorter time frame of this lockdown, then things might go back to normal quite fast. If, on the other hand, it drags on, then we might all be staring a recession in the eye. So, we are ready for both scenarios, but in particular, we've spent the last 2 months actually sharpening our plans, not least also making sure that our balance sheet can carry us through. And you can look at that from two angles. One, it's a defensive move to make sure we have cash and liquidity. The other, more positive way to look at it, is to make sure that as markets reopen, we'll be able to come strong out of the gates and participate in when consumers come back into the stores.